What's up guys, it's Stock Picks by Tim here, and we're going to look at Cleanspark's Bitcoin mining update. They just released it, and we're also going to look at Bitcoin on the chart. It is absolutely dumping, as well as the overall market. We're going to look at TradingView's heat map in a second here, and you'll see how much things have changed since I last looked at it earlier today. And if you haven't watched that video, I will leave you guys a link down in the description or at the end screen. Now before I get into this, all that I ask is you hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. I definitely appreciate it, and make sure you check out the links below for some free crypto and stocks. And let's first look at TradingView's heat map. Now, as you can see, things are a lot farther down than when we last looked at them earlier in the day. Earlier in the day, it was kind of just a mixed day. But now things are definitely down, and small caps are actually doing a lot worse. And one great example of small caps that are down massively today is Cleanspark, down 11%. We've also got many others down double digits, some down 5% or so, but generally down. Tech just completely sold off. Bitcoin, the same thing. This definitely caused a lot of fear with Cleanspark, and we dropped huge. Now you're going to want to keep a close eye on this trend line. We do follow this support so far, so keep an eye on this. Make sure we continue to follow this support line, because if we don't, it's very likely we come down and test that 650 area, possibly test lower levels as we come up to earnings. Earnings is going to be coming up in a few days. Now, despite this recent price movement to the downside, I'm still very bullish on Cleanspark, although there is definitely some risk leading up to earnings. But just be aware that we did break out of our downward channel here. We broke out. I expect that we are going to continue moving up, and the MACD is ready to curl here. I think that's going to come in very soon here, and the RSI definitely has a lot of room to run. But I do want to see it break its 770 top before pushing higher. And here it is finally, Cleanspark's mining update for last month. They reached daily Bitcoin production of 10.75, nearly that 11 Bitcoin per day, and they are at a total exahash of 2.4 now. Now, I see some positives and some negatives. One negative is there's other months that they have made more than 12 million on selling their Bitcoin, and they do have 1 million left over because they did mine 313 in April. However, they converted 285 into cash. That leaves them with almost 12 million plus an extra million for the leftover. So roughly 13 million on this month, and this will be reflected in the next quarter, so not on this earnings here. But so far, I think we're not off to the best start for next month. I am very bullish on this quarter's earnings, but next month, just be aware that I'll be keeping a close eye on this, but I want to see their monthly revenue increase personally. But here's the good, okay? They sold their Bitcoin at about 41,764, so that's great, especially considering Bitcoin is pushed down all the way to roughly 37,000 right now. They look like geniuses right now. Also, we got an update on their immersion cooling that they have 1,200 immersion cooled S19J Pros as of April 30. So I'll leave you guys a link down below for this. Definitely check it out. Now, as you'll see with Bitcoin, we did break our long-standing support here that we established since the middle of January. And we did break out from this. I do expect that we can possibly push farther. I do expect we're going to have a little bit of a bounce, though. We are heavily oversold. I think we're going to bounce, but we will likely test some lower levels. I think we're going to test this roughly 34.5, 34.3 area before we do potentially push higher. But things just dropped off a cliff, and I'm going to show you a couple articles. And obviously, just the NASDAQ sold off. I think that's the main reason. But there's also some negative articles out there kind of pushing Bitcoin down, I think, as well. But first, looking at VGX, you'll notice that we came down, we touched about 107, bounced back up, and we found that previous long-standing support 130 as a resistance and just dropped since then. And you'll see zooming out here that we established this 130 low point in February. I think personally VGX is going to continue to be facing some headwinds with this regulation fear. I am very bullish on the long term with VGX, however, I'm keeping an eye on it. I think it will potentially drop under 107, and we might test this dollar area, that literally dollar. So keep an eye on VGX as well, because as Bitcoin drops, potentially test lower levels, VGX certainly will also. Now, I'll also leave you guys these articles, but basically, they're proposing a ban of new Bitcoin miners, not current, but new, for 2 years, basically saying that you can't add any new Bitcoin miners in New York, okay? And this could potentially be a slight headwind for Bitcoin, just more fear out there, more negative things, of course. And obviously, you know, tech selling off. The NASDAQ was down like 5% when I last saw it. That definitely explains Bitcoin dropping like a rock, but there are of course other things at play. And here's another negative one. We've got a Bitcoin margin call. If the world's leading cryptocurrency drops below 21,000, Michael Saylor of MicroStrategy will be forced to pay up. Do you think Bitcoin's going to go down to 21,000? I personally don't. Let me know in the comments below though. But we're definitely getting a lot of negative articles out there. I think this is contributing to kind of some downward pressure on Bitcoin. But that's all I got for you guys today. What do you think about Cleanspark's mining update? Don't forget you can check it out down below in the description, as well as some free stocks, free crypto, and BlockFi's crypto credit card. Thanks as always for watching, guys, and see you next time.